You're welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. It's time now to review the headlines of today's newspapers. Now, let's begin with ThisDay newspaper, obviously, and we're going to start talking about what's going on with Arise Fashion Week. As you can see, under 30, the new stars, there's an update. Now, 30 young and promising new designers ready to take on a post-COVID world are now being curated. They will be unveiled at the 2020 Arise Fashion Week at the Lako Beach and Golf Resort in Lagos, slated for December 5th to the 12th, 2020. That's when Arise Fashion Week is going to be happening. Now, the global media and luxury brand Arise recently announced its plans to support and reward emerging talents in global fashion with the search for the next generation of fashion brands with a world-class event. Now, with hundreds of wannabes from all over the world, the selection committee will choose the best and brightest that will compete for $500,000 in prize money, in a process which combines the best formative idols, Big Brother, and fashion extraordinaries, which will start the journey towards the emergence of the new brands, ready to take on the likes of the Valentinos, the Chanels, and of course, the LVMH fashion houses. Well, the 25 committee members listed will each select their preferred top 30 applicants. Now, the 30 most recurring finalists will now emerge as a consensus list and be announced on the 16th of November 2020. We'll officially know who is going to be showcasing. So intense. Now, the selected committee members are, for those wondering, we have Alpha Dia, a fashion model as well, Senegalese, very, popular, actually. He's modeled for the likes of Givenchy in his last collection. We also have Avinash Wadwani, a retailer and the founder of Temple Muse. Chioma Nnadi is going to be, on that committee as well. And interestingly, Chioma Nnadi has been doing very, very well for herself as the new editor. This just happened recently, replacing Stuart Emmerich, who announced his departure all the way back in June. So now for digital content, Chioma Nnadi is head of that editing department. We'll also be having Chinwe Obaibena, founder of Complete Beauty, David Lale, a fashion designer from South Africa. Interestingly, he showcased at the 2019 Arise Fashion Week. And in his own words, his collection can be described as bold and beautiful. One of those designers that you want. Itoin Basi is going to be on that committee as well, another fashion designer. KK Obi, a stylist and creative director of Jenke Ahmed Taylor. Director Jessica Willis, stylist, is going to be there as well. She's a stylist. She has styled a lot of celebrities around the world. Lanre Da Silva Ajayi, fashion designer, who not only showcased at the 2019 Arise Fashion Week, but also at the Nigeria at 60 Global Commemoration. She released a special collection for that. Fashion designer Mai Atafo, Naomi Campbell actually walked his collection last year at the Arise Fashion Week. Mason Atsi, a very artistic designer, also from Arise Fashion Week 2019, and he will be on that committee, a global changer when it comes to fashion. Michelle Ellie, a model who is known as the fearless fashion collector. She's a model, former model actually, and creative director and designer. We'll have Niyi Okuboyejo, a fashion designer, Odio Mimane, fantastic fashion designer. Now, the Okunoren Fashion House is going to be represented on that panel as well. We know the Okunoren for bespoke menswear, actually. Rennie Folawiyo, a retailer and founder of Alara. Now, Alara is that art house that, a lot of us actually really love. It hosted the meet and greet at the Arise Fashion Week 2020, where the designers and the models had a very interesting interaction. Sasa Thoman, a stylist and art director. Stephen Tyre, a photographer, celebrity photographer, if I do say so myself. Sonny Rose, fashion designer. Tiffany Amber, a fashion designer. That's for Laka Coca. She also showcased at the Nigeria at 60 Global Commemoration and at Arise Fashion Week 2019. Zuli Bet, a fashion designer, and Yvonne Wonsu, another fashion designer. Now, this is a very this is just some of the names, actually, for that 25-man committee. We know that Alton Mason is also going to be on that committee as well, who, interestingly, is the first black model to model for Chanel in about 109 years. That is a big deal. He's also featured on the November edition of the Vogue magazine. That is Naomi Campbell's cover. He was featured alongside Naomi Campbell. So you can tell it's an extensive list that brings in the best of the best from the world of fashion. It's the creme de la creme of the fashion industry globally. And that is what Arise as a luxury brand, media and luxury brand, associates itself with. So I'm excited to see who these 30 contestants are. I'm sure the people who have sent in their requests, they've been cringing. Am I going to be it? Because this is different. It's something that has never been done before. 30 designers under 30. These are emerging designers. They're not the populars or the names that we're familiar with. At 2019, there were so many, popular designers, so many established brands present, like the Kenneth Izes, the Tiffany Ambers, but this is different. So this is a chance for them to sit on that table as well. If you get picked out as that 30, I think that in itself is a huge honor alone. And of course, if you manage to be in the top 3 and get a piece of that $500,000 pie, that's even better.
I was just laughing at the use of the word wannabe.
Well, if it's fashion, okay? Let's be honest. If you're on that table or if you're in that scene, the fact is you're looking at brands that you want to be like. That's just it. Because at the end of the day, that's just no. It's not a derogatory term. It's not.
That's what you get from anything that has to do with Arise, really, and the core winner. It's
amazing,
it's great.
Quality.
It's something to look forward to. It's right there on the front page of ThisDay. We'll go to the papers and see what we can make out of the papers review. You see it there. Arise Fashion's 30 under 30. The hunt begins. And then you have the headline here: South governors meet Monday over Zamfara gold. Okoa, the governor of Delta State. We cannot apply laws in such a manner that it becomes discriminatory. You cannot mine solid minerals somewhere in Zamfara, and you won't allow Niger Delta manage their own oil. At the top, the mast, Nasima, NECA, LCCI seek policies to cushion impact of petrol price hike. I'm learning it to begin to sell for probably 170. Then in the blue strip, Lagos, Bayelsa, other by-elections hold December 5. That's found on page 15, the one on price hike on page 5, and then the one on Zamfara you can find on page 5 as well. Let's go to the another paper.
Yes, let us take a look at today's big news in the Saturday Tribune. So the big story there: Nigerians attack Buhari over petrol price hike. The cost of foodstuffs, transport fare is set to rise as well. That's from RTN. Increase is wicked and unbearable. That is what Haneze is saying. And Buhari's market forces crooked, from Afeni Fere. Another big headline there at the top right there is the Alafin warning the government that you can't silence today's youths with intimidation. You cannot silence today's youths with intimidation, saying let each region run its affairs. Now, with regards to NSAS, Access Bank speaking up, saying our hands are tied over frozen accounts. The guest we had earlier mentioned the fact that these individual banks need to do something. They need to say something. Well, this is Access Bank saying something. Their hands are tied. Kwara to stop Saraki's and others' pension.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
We already spoke about that. And Magu faces probe over asset declaration. And a man who is 70 years old impregnated his 15-year-old granddaughter.
Just took a Saturday Punch quickly. Fuel price hike. Nigeria slam Buhari as LCCI man. Nasima foresee tougher times. I won't go into reading the rider, so we can probably take some other paper. Southwest PDP Fayose tackles Makinde inaugurates parallel reconciliation committee. Angry fans knock raw Eagles after poor performance. They were leading 4-0. And Sierra Leone equalized. Here's the next one. And
finally, the Daily Trust, we were raped and beating. That's what Katsina abductors are saying, as they told parents sold farms to pay the ransom. And then there are 10-year-olds, pregnant women amongst the captives. Drug diagnosis put patients on edge with regards to the World Diabetes Day. Let's also talk about the entertainment industry, where there's so much controversy over Rahama Sadal's dress as it's dividing the Kannywood actors.
All right, Saturday Telegraph. Fuel price hike, you're insensitive. Afeni Fere Ohaneze AYF. PDP telling FG. Find that on page 3. All right, I'm learning that that's all we can take.